Buddy Valastro is widely known as one of the most recognizable faces in American baking television. Through his work at Carlo's Bakery and the hit series that made him a household name, he became a symbol of creativity, discipline, and family tradition. Audiences across the world watched him design elaborate cakes and manage a constantly busy kitchen, often assuming his success came without struggle. However, behind the polished television moments was a life shaped by responsibility, pressure, setbacks, and personal hardship. His journey is not only about fame, but also about endurance through challenges that tested both his career and his identity. Early life in the bakery. Buddy Valastro was born in 1977 in Hoboken, New Jersey, into an Italian-American family with deep roots in baking. As the youngest of 5 children, he spent most of his childhood inside Carlo's Bakery, the family business his father worked tirelessly to build. The bakery was always active, filled with the smell of fresh dough, the sound of mixers, and the urgency of daily orders. From an early age, Buddy observed everything around him and slowly became part of the workflow, absorbing skills that would later define his entire future in the baking world. Learning responsibility. Too early. By the age of 11, Buddy was already contributing to the bakery as a helper. He cleaned equipment, washed trays, and assisted bakers with basic tasks while learning through observation. As he grew older, his father began teaching him more advanced skills such as icing techniques, cake decoration, and color design. These lessons were not just about baking, but about discipline and responsibility. The bakery became his classroom, and every day prepared him for a future he did not yet fully understand. What seemed like simple training eventually became the foundation of his entire career path. The loss that changed everything. In 1994, Buddy's life changed dramatically when his father passed away from cancer. At just 17 years old, he suddenly found himself in a position no teenager was prepared for. With no clear successor to run the family business, he made the difficult decision to leave school and take control of Carlo's Bakery. This responsibility forced him to grow up quickly. He had to manage employees, maintain quality, and preserve the bakery's reputation while still learning how to lead. The weight of his father's legacy became both a burden and a motivation that shaped his future, building a reputation beyond Hoboken. As the years passed, Buddy worked relentlessly to keep the bakery alive and relevant. He modernized designs, introduced new decorating techniques, and adapted to changing trends in wedding and celebration cakes. His dedication slowly transformed Carlo's Bakery from a local shop into a widely recognized name in the region. By the late 2000s, his work began attracting attention beyond New Jersey. Despite long hours and constant pressure, he continued refining his craft, determined to prove that the business could survive and grow under his leadership while honoring the foundation his father had built: television fame and rising pressure. In 2009, everything changed when a television network approached Buddy with the idea of filming inside Carlo's Bakery. Although he understood the risks of exposing the family business to public scrutiny, he agreed, believing it could help the bakery grow. The show became an instant success, capturing the chaos, creativity, and emotional dynamics of the bakery environment. Viewers were fascinated by elaborate cake orders, strict deadlines, and family interactions. However, behind the scenes, the pressure intensified as demand increased. Filming schedules expanded, and the bakery struggled to keep pace with its sudden global popularity. Expansion and overwhelming success. As the show gained international recognition, Carlo's Bakery became a global brand, attracting tourists from around the world. Orders increased far beyond original capacity, and new locations were opened across different states. Buddy expanded his work into additional television projects and restaurant ventures, further increasing his responsibilities. While this growth appeared successful from the outside, it also created constant exhaustion. He was managing business expansion, media appearances, and production schedules simultaneously. The line between professional ambition and personal exhaustion began to blur, leaving little room for rest or reflection in his daily life. A public setback and personal reflection. In 2014, Buddy faced a serious personal and public setback when he was arrested for driving under the influence. The incident quickly became headline news and led to public criticism. For someone who had built a reputation on discipline and professionalism, the moment was deeply damaging. He issued a public apology and temporarily stepped back from certain television commitments. This period forced him to reflect on the consequences of extreme stress and overwork. It also marked a turning point where he began reassessing his priorities, including family time, personal health, and long-term sustainability in his career. The accident that changed the perspective. In September 2020, Buddy experienced a life-altering accident at his home while attempting to repair a bowling machine. A mechanical failure caused a metal rod to pierce his right hand, trapping him and causing severe injury. His family rushed to assist, working together to free him before emergency services arrived. At the hospital, doctors confirmed significant damage to tendons, muscles, and nerves. Multiple surgeries followed, and recovery was slow and painful. The injury threatened his ability to perform essential baking tasks, forcing him to confront the possibility of life without his lifelong craft. Recovery, resilience, and new balance. The recovery process took years and required multiple surgeries along with extensive rehabilitation. Buddy had to relearn basic hand movements, including gripping and controlling fine motor skills essential for baking. During this time, he stepped back from public appearances and focused on healing. The experience changed his outlook on life, encouraging him to slow down and prioritize balance over constant work. When he eventually returned to the bakery, he did so with greater caution and appreciation for his abilities. Family time and personal well-being became more central to his daily routine. Legacy of persistence and family. Despite challenges, Buddy continues to work in the bakery and support its operations alongside his family. His journey reflects resilience built through responsibility, public pressure, and personal hardship. From a young boy learning in his father's bakery to a global television figure, his life has been defined by persistence in the face of difficulty. The legacy of Carlo's Bakery is not only about cakes or business success, but about endurance, adaptation, and family commitment. His story continues to evolve as he balances tradition with the realities of modern life. Conclusion: a continuing journey. Buddy Valastro's life is a reminder that success is often shaped by unseen struggles. Behind the fame and recognition lies a story of responsibility taken too early, challenges faced under public scrutiny, and personal battles fought in silence. Yet, through every setback, he has continued to move forward, rebuilding both his career and his sense of balance. His journey is not defined by a single achievement or failure, but by ongoing resilience. As he continues working and adapting, his story remains one of determination, family legacy, and the refusal to give up despite overwhelming odds.